What's up, traders? This video we're discussing ticker symbol AUPH. That's Aurinia Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. We're going to be discussing the day trades that it enabled today, the profit that you could have made on it, or hopefully you did make on it, and where the trend was kind of up and down. And let's just kind of see. So we had a guy from our chat room pick this up on his scanner early in the morning, and boy, was it a good call. You could see right around the pre-market, we went from about $4.22 all the way up to $5.19. Now, there were a few things that indicated to us that this would be a good buy right out of the gates. Let's take a look at the relative strength index down there at the bottom, and you can see those are actually the custom settings that I use on my RSI itself, being 3, 80, and 20. A bit of a difference from the common RSI settings that you'll see. And I do like to use these settings more for day trading, not investing or longer term holds. I'll go to more of a classic RSI setting for that, but I like the faster settings like this one, 380-20, for day trading, intraday trades. So, right off the bat, we have the fact that it had a strong uptrend, and for a pre-market, it had pretty good volume as well. Then we have the RSI, which was hanging out overbought in most of the trading period, indicating that there was a lot of buying pressure. And then we also have the moving averages. So we have the 10, the 20, and the 50 period averages. They were hanging out bullish pretty much the entire time. You can see the averages never crossed below that 50 period yellow line. And almost the entire time, we actually had blue above yellow. Now, in the areas where it did end up dipping pre-market, here, 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 and not really there so much, since there wasn't that much red. But when it did dip, we saw the blue cross under the green. So that was telling us that the trend was maybe coming back down, but it wouldn't really be bearish until it crossed under that yellow line. And like I said, it didn't really ever do that. Then as we approach closer to the market open, we actually had the blue cross back over the 20. Not only that, but we had the pivot points plotted out here on the chart, 4.9, 5.03, and 5.4. We were breaking out above the 5.18 pivot point, and we had the averages cross bullish with the blue crossing above the green. All those indicated that it would probably be a good buy right off the open. And personally, I got in, I believe it was right around 535, I want to say. Now, it did fake us out a little bit. This first candle had a ton of volume, and it was super bullish. Came up all the way to that 5.4 pivot point right away, but it got denied and actually fell back down a bit. So I was getting a little nervous here when I bought in. And you can see it fell all the way back down to that 50 period moving average, but it really bounced off there. And then we had a nice push upwards to that 5.69 high. I ended up trading this thing, and I think I sold it about 5.55. I was in around 5.35. I don't remember the exact numbers. It was a really quick trade. And the reason I ended up selling here is because the RSI wasn't really looking so good, and I wasn't really feeling this trade to break out any stronger than it did. RSI, it started to break below the 80 line. It started to break out from, rather, it tries to break below, started to break below the overbought area. And the candles weren't looking too good for me, so that's why I took profits early on this. But it was still a nice little play, and I can't complain about quick, easy profits. Sure enough, it trended down since then. We could even draw a downtrending line here, and you can see it was downtrending all the way to right around 7:05, which would be 9:05 on the East Coast, or 10:05 on the East Coast, rather. I'm a West Coast trader, as you guys probably know, so I do mix those times up a little bit here and there. My apologies. From then on, we channeled, and then actually we had another push up. And once again, we had the RSI go over bought there. We had the averages cross bullish, and then we pushed up, but we couldn't find support above 5.40 until almost an hour and a half later. So let's zoom out now. We found some support above 5.40, but it was really choppy action. And though there was definitely money to be made if you bought in, if you bought in off, hold on one second. If you bought in off the low here, when it was dipping down to the bottom support, and sold when we were above the top support, there was money to be made, but really it wasn't an easy trade. The easiest part was buying that open and selling at the top there. Throughout the middle of the day, like I said, there was profits to be made, but the volume was drying up, and really it was a tough call. The technicals weren't beautiful, and the candles were pretty ugly themselves, and then it was trending down the entire rest of the day into the close. At the close, we actually had a slight push up, but it seemed like it didn't want to break out for an end-of-day run, and it kind of sold off again. That end-of-day push I'm talking about is here, where we broke up above support, had the averages crossed bullish. But you can see the RSI down there at the bottom. It didn't really break up over bought in that area, and that signaled that we'd probably see a selling off in the last few minutes of the trading period, and that's exactly what happened. So that was how AUPH went down. There was money to be made on it today. Most of that money was pre-market, but there was a few opportunities to buy it during the trading period itself, namely right out of the gates on the open, and then if you got in at the very low midday and sold at the high midday. But aside from that, really it wasn't a tough thing to trade. But we'll definitely see what is in store for next week, and I hope to catch you guys around then. Feel free to join us in the chat room at activeinvestors.net if you'd like to discuss trades like this in real time. And if not, you're more than welcome to post a comment there down on the YouTube channel on this video. I'll take a look there myself. Catch you around.